G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, Jetty. Now that we've gone and visited all the internal planets, we've gone and made sure that we've visited a gleba, a Vulcanus and a foray, it's time to start looking towards Aquilo. But before I head off to Aquilo, before I head off to that frozen wasteland, what I want to do is I want to make sure everything at home is running perfectly, which means I need to fix a few little problems, something about the few thousand biter eggs that we have floating around the network, and also make sure all the other planets are set to go. So today's episode, I need to go and run through my laundry list of things that I need to fix up before we go design a brand new platform to go to a brand new planet, which means I need to ask you a very important question. Can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. I've been told the more likes I get to borrow, the more likes I get to keep, the faster we get through this little list of homework jobs. First thing I need to do is I need to fix up Biolabs. Biolabs are running fine, but I sort of need to have them output to a not buffer chest because I need to take Biolabs that I don't need and cycle them back through the system in hopes to get them all upgraded to the highest level. For the moment, we have, well, a rare at the front and then a couple more rares, and then actually the whole first row is rares, with the last one being an epic. I want to have the last one of every row to be as high as possible because in theory, we're pushing all the science down to every row, so we're making sure the first row is filled before the second, before the third, before the fourth. But no matter what, chances are the mold's going to hang around at the very end of the belt, so I want to make sure that the last ones have been upgraded to the highest quality, so we're going to make sure they're all rare. In the meantime, every other Biolab has already become uncommon, so I want to make sure that, yes, we upgrade everything from uncommon up to rare, but first off, we're going to start with rare at the back, and I already have 3 of them, which is excellent. And then I'm going to also make sure that now these are marked as rare, to mark them to change up to epic. It means I need to start getting some epic rolls, which will probably take a little while, but in the meantime, we're going to get the other ones upgraded. What I want to see is I want to be able to hover over here at all times and see that I do have Biolabs waiting for upgrades. All right, with that job done, I need to also make sure that if we have over 5 Biolabs, we're going to be recycling them. And I now need to do the same with uncommon Biolabs. So if I have uncommon Biolabs, where are we? Biolabs, that one. In the uncommon variety, they're going to get sucked into here, they're going to get fed through the wonderful crusher, and then hopefully get upgraded into a higher tier. That's the hope, that's the plan, and hopefully a bot will move the 9 I have over here. They are, but as soon as they're ending up in here, they're getting fed through the system and hopefully going to get upgraded. That's the plan. All right, so that's the first thing I need to tick off my list. I need to deal with the biter eggs, but we're going to deal with the biter eggs in a little bit. The next thing I need to do is, as we are now making Biolabs, and we're going to be making them en masse for a little while because every single time I get a Biolab upgraded, they become a little bit faster. If we go check the Factorypedia, we can see that a normal has a rate of 2 plus 5, an uncommon has a rate of 2.6 plus 6.5, so what's that? 9 compared to 7, and then rare we're up to speed of 11, epic is even faster, so on and so forth. So they're faster, they're not more efficient, but they're just faster, which means they need less labs overall, which is really what I'm aiming for. But I need to make sure I have a constant income of shiny rocks, biter eggs, pretty sure we got that one handled. Refined concrete, we should be okay on. Labs, we're probably going to be okay on. And capture bot rockets. Now, capture bot rockets are going to be my biggest hurdle for right now because although I need them at a rate of 0.2 and I'm making them down here at a rate of 0.51, there's a tiny catch, and that is I need to have Bioflux. Bioflux is also being an issue, and of course I need to make sure I'm on top of the shiny rocks. So first thing I want to do is I want to go to the shiny rock plant, and I want to upgrade all the inserters to stack inserters. Now, if they're stack inserters, they're going to, well, make sure this loop belt here is stacked, which is really not going to change that much for me, apart from going to fit a whole lot more material on the belt, which is good because I had to put in a buffer box here because the whole belt going backwards was all backed up with, shiny rocks. I had too many shiny rocks and I didn't have enough dull rocks. That's now been solved. It's also why I'm using productivity modules in these guys, because that gives me a higher shiny rock output by using less dull rocks. Shiny rocks are used in the making of captive biter spawners, which we'll have to worry about later. Also used, obviously, in the Biolabs, in the uranium fuel cells, in the nuclear fuel, and also in the problem solvers. Yeah, so shiny rocks are used in things, whereas dull rocks are used for, well, green ammo, uranium cannon shells, and explosive uranium cannon shells. I have not used any of those. I've used a little bit of green ammo, but not a whole lot. And I can't really see myself using most of these. I will use, obviously, some of them in making uranium fuel cells, but I think I'm okay for right now. I have also gone and put into our uranium processing a whole lot of quality modules, so we can start getting out some quality uranium. And my biggest catch is going to be I need to get 40 of each quality before I can start a Covrex with that quality. Because if we take one of you guys and I try and go Covrex process, I can't put quality modules in this because that would make life far too easy. So instead you need to make sure you have the right amount of whatever quality you want to run through the Covrex process. Now I've put them all in nice steel chests, but I can't read what's in all the steel chests till I can connect them all to wires. And I can see I currently have 23 shiny rocks of the uncommon quality. So when I get to that magic 40, we can start a Covrex process of uncommon shiny rocks. And then potentially I could use those to roll up to the next level to make sure I had enough rares. That is a possibility. Or we could just leave it and maybe I'll just skip straight to legendary. I don't know. At the moment I don't have legendary research, so it's a bit of a moot point. I just want to start the buffer rolling and, well, the buffer can fill up over time. Okay, so that's the first problem I had to solve. Next problem I have to solve is the recycling biolabs. That is now done. Hopefully we can get out some more nicer ones. And like I said, as long as I see those 3 and 3 waiting for upgrades, that means that the process is working. I don't need to supervise it. I do need to fix up the Bioflux. So Bioflux we have not nearly enough, and I know that for a fact, but I don't know that for a fact at all times. So what I want to do is I want to put a little speaker down here. We're going to wire the speaker into the into the robot networks, which is then going to be on read logistic network contents, and then I want to have an alarm. The alarm is going to be sorting for Bioflux. That's the one. And if Bioflux equals 0, I get an alarm. That's exactly what I want. We're going to have that go there, and say no flux. Cool. And then I want it to be a global alarm, and I want the volume to be 0 because I don't really need to hear that. But it does mean that now I'm going to have a little symbol down here saying I have no flux, which is a big problem, which also means that my little Bioflux Express, which is trying his best, needs to pick up more Bioflux with each trip. 1,000 is not enough, and I really, really don't want to have the biter spawners starve, because if they starve, well, then I need to recapture them. That's really what it comes down to. I have to recapture them. Also means that I need to make the capture of robots as fast as I possibly can, because we can see that my issue with Biolabs is I don't have enough capture bolt rockets. So I need to make sure that we have Bioflux coming in constantly to make sure this process is fed. You're requesting in 200, which is a good amount, but yeah, I just don't have it getting shipped here fast enough. So that should be solved. At the same time, I do need to make an admission that I made a boo-boo when it comes to these inserters. These inserters have a set filters turned on, and we're requesting in Moldy Science. Moldy Science comes in 200 at a time. From that 200, we subtract 16 because these inserters carry 16, which means I need to have 17 in this chest. If I have 17 in the chest, then that is a signal of 1 Moldy Science, which then means this inserter can then have a filter set for Moldy Science. It'll pick up Moldy Science and dump it out. My catch is I don't need to be minus 16, I need to be minus 15. That's it. That's all I boo-boo. So now if it's minus 15, if there's 16 in the chest, therefore you'll get a filter item for that one item, i.e. Moldy Science. Moldy Science will then get picked out of the chest and dumped out. My new catch is this guy doesn't have a filter. I need to have him to have a filter. So I need to put in a decider combinator and one of these guys. Actually, you could probably go there. Yep. Can I wire that into there and in, wrong inserter. 100% wrong inserter. That inserter, cool. And then I need to wire the decider combinator in here, because I need to filter this signal, because if I feed that right into there like I did last episode, wow, you start spitting out everything. Not what I want. I want you to filter to Moldy Science, and I need a value that's going to be true, so we're going to go with Moldy Science equals Moldy Science. Perfect, that's always going to be true. And then I want you an output, Moldy Science. Cool. Now that that's been filtered, it's been sanitized. That means if you get a signal of Moldy Science, it happens equals Moldy Science, then you can output that Moldy Science, whatever value that happens to be, out to this inserter. This inserter is going to have a set filters turned on, and then however much mold is in here is going to get 15 subtracted from it. It's going to be merged. Well, it's going to be sanitized, then it's going to be merged with my minus 15 signal. Therefore, it's going to come to the inserter, and therefore the inserter is only going to flick if there happens to be more than 16 in the hub. Cool. That's that problem solved. Now, you may ask what happens if you end up with 15 mold in any of these boxes. Well, this is what these guys were for, but I might also end up with 15 inside the hub, which would be a problem. So we're going to have a backup plan. Our backup plan is going to be you, and then you're going to be requesting in Moldy Science. You're going to not be requesting 200, you're going to be requesting 20, and we're going to tick on buffer chests. Okay, so with buffer chests ticked on, that means you will pull out a buffer chest. It also means, probably more importantly, that because you're after all the stack inserters, you should normally almost never have a chance to actually do anything. Because you never have a chance to do anything, then therefore, these guys should take preference, and then you're just going to output whatever's left. And when we get down to less than 16, 15 in any one of these chests, then you're going to finally get that request and be able to dump the last of the mold onto the belt. Woohoo! Done. All right. So with those problems sorted, I need to go back to prod mods, because if I hover over the 6k items that are missing, we can see there are no prod mods missing on Nauvis. So I have my magic upgrade planner that's going to upgrade any prod mod 2s to prod mod 3s, and we need to start swiping anything. I obviously missed the rocket silos last time. We've done everything through here. Yep, we've done all the labs. We've done those miners. We've done these miners. So I need to make sure that we do all of oil. So all of oil can get upgraded to prod mod 3s. And we're not using that copper. We're using this stone. Is this stone done? It is. Are we using this coal? It's done. It is. Are we using uranium? We are using uranium. We're also using the oil. Oil is another one. I want to start upgrading the pump jacks to uncommon, because uncommon has a lower resource drain. The only way I get more pump jacks currently is by crafting pump jacks, so the chance of me getting upgrades is slim and few and far in between, but I'll take them where I can get them. Okay, so we're going to send prod mods over here. We've already done everything else with prod mods. I do have a separate upgrade planner that's going to start upgrading them to uncommon, because if I grab a box and I put in here prod mods, and I hover over this, I can see I have 443 uncommon productivity module 3s. So I want to start using those. I also have 1 epic and 30 rares. So we're going to go over to science first, and I'm going to make sure that the epics are selected to go into this guy first, because he's most likely going to run. These don't all have rares. So I have this upgrade planner that takes a normal, upgrades to uncommon, takes a uncommon, upgrades it to a rare, and I want to do the labs first. So anybody who has uncommon is going to be marked for upgrading to rares, and with that swiped, I should see that I need 80 rares. Perfect. On top of that, I want to have the rocket silos to all have uncommons. I want green science, obviously, to have uncommons. Green circuits, because we use a whole lot of green circuits. I want to have red circuits to also have uncommon, because we use a whole lot of red circuits. Also want blue circuits to have uncommons, because we use a whole lot of those. And then if I hover over this, it's still not telling me I don't have any. Is that because the bots haven't got to it? I still have 123 in stock. Okay, if I still have 123 in stock, we are going to do science next, and science afterwards, and more science. Yep. And to go with our science, can we do more science? Yep. And then can I do yellow science? Okay. Yellow science at 380 probably means that I'm all good. All right. So science just finished. That was another round of multi-science of extraordinary explosives number 13. Now, as I have multi-science in the loop, it's on its way. I don't want to stop researching mold, because I don't want to have mold in my labs. I do want to do other bits of research, but for right now, I just need to have this rolling for a little bit until I stop the ships moving, at which point science will back on gleba, and then I can look at doing a different science. So I guess asteroid productivity. Sure, we'll throw in an asteroid productivity. All right, so if I now hover over this, we can see that I am looking for rare prod 3s. Excellent. I'm looking for uncommon prod 3s. Excellent. I'm also looking for normal prod 3s. Excellent. I'm looking for speed rares. Okay, that's fine. Means that potentially I have somewhere on this planet speed uncommons, and I probably also have speed somewhere. So, let's try this one. Can I go with speed 2 of any, speed 2 of uncommon, speed 2 of rare. We're going to go to speed 3, and speed 3. Okay, so now if I grab this and I drag this anywhere, we can see that I have some speed modules that haven't been upgraded. Okay, they can definitely upgrade it. They can get upgraded. Also some prods. Barrels. Barrels can get upgraded to prods. Go nuts. Yep. And then if I drag this area, There's only miners that are not hooked up. Oh, oh, oh. Those beacons have lesser speed modules. Okay, we want to do those as well. And that looks like everything. Okay, so again, same story. I have another upgrade planer here, which is speed 3s to uncommon, uncommon to rare. And I also want to drag this over anywhere that I think is going to be beneficial. So you're already at uncommon. You're already at uncommon, but I have 2 somewhere that are not. I don't know where the 2 are. Oh, it's these 2. It's these 2 we just did. Okay. So I have uncommon speeds everywhere. There's 24 that are not. There's 8 that are not. It is these ones that I just did. Those ones. I drag again, and there's now 200. Okay, 70. Is it the rocket stars don't have uncommon speeds? They can have uncommon speeds. Something else doesn't have uncommon speeds. It is this temporary build that I threw down. It's also concrete. We can make sure concrete goes faster because why the hell not? We're going to probably start going through an awful lot of it in the future. We're going to upgrade those as well. You guys got upgraded in prods? You did? Yep. And then there's this mess which would like just a few speed modules. I'm not going to do that one just yet. I'm going to wait for everything else to happen. Holy crap, it looks like it might be done. Can I look in you? Can I look at speed modules? I have 306 uncommon. Okay, looks like we're going to grab this upgrade planner and we're going to swipe. They're waiting for rares. Okay. Some of these already got upgraded. Okay, so can I do the top row? Can I do not this row? Do that one. There's 80 of them. Okay, do that section. So I did 2 rows down the middle. Also upgraded the beacons from the looks of it. Another 26. Okay, so I also did that row. Okay, done. I'm going to look for 700 of them. And at the same time, let's do that one for 666. Okay, so now if I hover over this, I am not looking for any normal speed modules, but I am looking for uncommon ones. I am also looking for rare ones. I'm also looking for beacons. I'm also looking for normal prod mods, but that number looks like it's about to hit 0. I'm looking for uncommon prod mods. I'm looking for rare prod mods. I'm looking for epic prod mods. I'm looking for 2 rare labs now, which means one of them got replaced. Yep, you already got upgraded. Excellent. You were the worst one to get upgraded, but I'll take it anyway. So we're now looking for just 2 rares, but also still looking for 3 epics. So that's the state I want the planet to be in. I want all the planets to be waiting for things to appear, waiting for things to happen, so things get automatically upgraded. That's the grand plan. So with that done here on Nauvis, I also need to check their imports and their exports. So Nauvis, being a little bit of a special case, it is importing the module pack of all the different modules and all the different qualities, and I'm bringing in 2 lots of that. I'm also bringing in the specialized items that are available on every different planet, and I'm bringing in 4 of those. Also bringing in the machines pack, just 1 copy of the machines pack, and again, this is something that I'm going to use to start upgrading things around the place. Like, if I have a whole lot of uncommon and rare foundries, we'll start using those around the place to get some of these upgrades done. Bring in, obviously, stack inserters. I have replaced a whole lot of inserters with stack inserters, so we can see that green circuits are now stacked on the way out. Science is now stacked on the way out. Military is stacked on the way out. Blue science is not stacked, so we might as well stack you as well. Red circuits are stacked on the way out. Just going through and doing those little incremental upgrades, making sure that things are happening as fast as they can happen here and there. All right, so that's what's happening with this pack, but that pretty much leaves Nauvis done. From there, I need to go look at our next planet, being Vulcanus, and actually I need to move you to Vulcanus, please, because I've really loaded you up with a whole lot of prod mods. And can I have you second edition? All right, Vulcanus. Vulcanus needs to do a few things, okay? obviously, we can look here. We can already see that Vulcanus needs a whole lot of concrete, reinforced concrete. We are making that at speed right here. Maybe not enough speed. Maybe it could go faster. We're only making 8 per second. Can I go with that and that and that? This is a critical build. This is critical to all infrastructure, that we make concrete as fast as possible. Reinforced concrete, that is. Yeah. Very, very important, because I want to concrete the whole world. Do you not want to concrete the whole world? You should concrete the whole world. I don't think I have rare beacons. I do have epic speed modules, it looks like. And do I have better in Settle? I have no idea. Okay, so we can see that you need, well, you're looking for a whole lot of problem mods. So first thing I want to do on Vulcanus is I want to actually move storage. And that's one of the things that I do now have, our little loop ship. Where are we? Big Bones. Big Bones being our loop ship. It now has one extra addition I've thrown down the end, which is cargo bays. I want it to fly around with cargo bays, so I can go to places like Vulcanus and say, hey, I'd really like to move storage out of the way, because as you can see, I'm bringing plastic out right here, because we're importing plastic here, because Vulcanus is not terribly good at making plastic, but it's pretty good at using plastic to make. If I take the plastic line, which feeds into the existing plastic build, and then flow it out, it makes LDS, because it needs to make LDS to launch its own rockets, and it also takes the plastic over here and into red circuits. Sure, we're going to add more productivities to these things over time, but yes, I also want to have it be able to import plastic and have access to the hub to get those materials out on belts wherever possible. Also really like the bots to put down this storage. Pretty good at ripping up things. It has to do with the several thousand construction orders they have. Okay, fine, we'll just remove those as well. Yeah, and then the bots will finally work out about this. All right, so here I have my upgrade planner. First upgrade planner that's going to change any 2s to 3s. And oh, actually no, first thing I need to do is hub. Okay, hub. I need to clean up this. So I don't need to have electromagnetics. It's fine, it's just going to trash them for the moment. That one, and I do want you. I want to have 5,000. Okay. Okay. Delete. Also delete. Okay. I want to have a group. I want to turn the group off, and I want it to be the machines group. Okay, the machines group. But I don't want to request in all the machines in here. Like, obviously, it's not going to need biome chambers. It's definitely not going to need agricultural towers. It probably doesn't need rocket towers. It probably doesn't need the Tesla towers or some of this rare equipment. So what I want to do is I want to rename this to Vulcanus. If I rename it to Vulcanus, and we go down here to add section, and I click on this, we can scroll down, and I now have a 1-for-1 copy of the machines list with just a different name. And that's really what I want. So in here, I want to put in here what I want to request. I obviously don't need to request any of the Vulcanus stuff. Being on Vulcanus, pretty sure we'll have all that stuff laying around. So I don't need to have any of these items. I also don't need the gleba specific heating towers, not on Vulcanus of all places, or the Biolabs, or any of this stuff. I do need to have the stack inserters. The carbon fiber, I'm not going to craft anything on Vulcanus with carbon fiber, so I don't need carbon fiber. I don't need the Tesla towers. I do want the recyclers. I do want the electromagnetic plants. I do not want any of the Holiamore, but I do want to have all these machines. No, actually, I don't want to have nuclear reactors, that's for sure. I don't want to have centrifuges either. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So what I want to do is, for the moment, I'm just going to turn this on. Obviously, I need to tidy it up by just dragging everything up to the top, so it takes up a whole lot less space. The advantage of doing this means I have a carbon copy of the original one, which means I know that I'm just requesting in the other items I don't have. Oh, I also want to add another section being the module section. And you I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to leave this as is. Even though we make speed module 3s here, it means that I'm going to end up with speed module 3s in the hub. That's perfectly fine. It's not ideal, but it's perfectly fine. It doesn't really affect me. I make beacons here. I'm going to end up with beacons in the hub. I make assemblers here. I'm going to end up with assemblers in the hub. Same goes for roboports, all sorts of things. It's all right. They're going to take up a slot. I don't really care. I can live with a slot being lost by having a simplified logistics. Because in a lot of cases, the simplified logistics is more important than anything else. Yeah. So I need to rearrange this list, tidy it up. I also need to bring in some specific things for this planet. Like, I don't need to bring in stack inserters anymore because they're in a separate category. I don't need to bring in low density structures here anymore. I do need to bring in, I am choosing to bring in blue circuits to here because I can make them on other planets much easier. I don't have that plastic cost. I'm obviously bringing in plastic because I don't want to make plastic here and use my coal liquefaction. I don't need to bring in prod 3s anymore because that's part of the module group. I do need to bring in speed 2s because this is where we make speed 3s. So I want to make sure that that is, brought in if there's any that end up on the ship, any ship, they want to end up here. I also need to bring in blue belts because this is where we make green belt. The grand plan is that I need to go through and I need to make sure all the blue belts that's all over the galaxy, mainly it's all on Nauvis currently, is packed up and loaded onto a ship and flown over here for upcycling rather than just it living in storage forever or being thrown out. Speaking of things in storage, I also want to go to Big Bones. Big Bones has Vulcan pickup. So on Vulcan and on Nauvis and on Fogola and on Gleba, it's going and picking up any old Prod 2s from Nauvis. No, it's dropping off any old Prod 2s. So this is all set to 000, which means if it has Prod 2s, it's going to physically throw them out and throw them overboard when it gets to Nauvis. As we can see, we have some Prod 2s here currently. Vulcan, it's going to pick up Prod 2s in all 3 qualities and also then drop them off at Nauvis. It's going to pick up efficiency 2s, it's going to pick up quality 2s, it's going to pick up, and then it's going to drop speed 2s to Vulcanus because that is where we actually have the speed module build, because the speed module build needs to have tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide is only available here. So, same story. This planet, I want to have upgrades in place. First upgrade I'd like to do is I'd like to upgrade these to the next quality machine, just so they're a little bit faster. The faster they are, the less builds I need. Probably means I'm going to have to speed up the guys around the outside because I don't need to have them upgraded. I can just use speed modules because we're not putting quality in the speed module 1 and the speed module 2 builds. We're just putting it in the speed module 3s because they're the real ones I want quality. Okay, so I need to do those and then we need to come back and see how they're doing. You have crafted 0 items and 0 items. Don't think you two need to exist. Cool. Undo. Can I change you to epic? Speed 3s, epic. Copy to there. Empty. Oh, no. Copy to there. And trash unrequested. And you have not quite enough to do a craft. Okay, but you can go away. All right. This hasn't happened because the bots are busy doing other jobs. All right. Here, I want to upgrade with 2s to 3s. So prod mod 2s, we obviously have them in the rockets. I have them in these rockets. I have them in these rockets. I have them obviously in green circuits. Yes, I have them in the other green circuits. I have them in red circuits. I have them in blue circuits. I have them in I have them in tungsten mining, which I keep going through. No, you're already at prod 3s. I have this tungsten mine up here, which also has prod 3. So I'm going to start with upgrading those to the next quality and those to the next quality because we're just burning through tungsten currently. I need to make sure that we're doing tungsten here and science here. I want to upgrade both those machines. I'm also doing tungsten here, upgrade you. We're doing brick, sure, what the hell, we'll do that one as well. I also want to do all of the coal liquefaction. Actually, I probably want to do the miners. I want to do the miners, and then I want to do coal liquefaction as well. So if I now hover over this, I can see I need 600 prod 3s, which means they're going to get dropped off here over time. Same with my electromagnetic plants, they'll get dropped off over here. Well, Big Bones is on its way. So as soon as it gets here, it'll drop off my electromagnetic plants, it'll drop off some prod mods, it'll drop off those sorts of stuff. I did have my limo, which is in orbit. I'm going to throw all that overboard. And you can get some upgrades done. It also means as these upgrades are going to get done, it means the old prod mods, the old prod mod 2 is going to become available. They're going to get picked up by Big Bones and then flown back to Nauvis where they can be upgraded again. Okay. The other thing I want to do here is we are mass importing rocket fuel, but I'm also making rocket fuel. I don't really want to make rocket fuel and import rocket fuel and then accidentally use the rocket fuel that I produced. I'd much prefer to use the rocket fuel that I'm importing. So I want to go to here. I want to have a condition. You are going to connect. You are going to run only if rocket fuel is less than 1k. So if I have less than 1k rocket fuel in stock, that's when you can run. Otherwise, you're not going to run. And, oops, that was definitely the wrong button. Okay, try that again. Rocket fuel less than 1k. Can I take that out of the trash slots? And yeah, can I put that in the machine? All right, so I want to copy that to all your friends so they all have the same picture and they are now all set to 1k. So only if I have less than 1,000 rocket fuel in stock do these guys turn on. And also that may bring me a new problem. If I'm not using plastic, therefore I'm not using petroleum. If I'm not using petroleum to make solid fuel, if I'm not using light oil to make solid fuel, if I'm not using light oil to make rocket fuel, if I'm not using sulfur, because we're importing that from our space platform, to make explosives, then I might be up a new creek where I don't have enough heavy oil to convert to enough lube to make the foundries and also the electric miners. So what I want to do, you're full. You're also full. Cool. What I want to do is I need to set up a backup system. So we're going to be putting in a backup system back here, right there. And we're going to be doing the simple cold liquefaction recipe. So I've heard a lot of comments. A lot of people are running out of lube on Nauvis to make, I don't know, robot frames. And that is because they're not doing anything in Nauvis anymore. They're not doing science there. They're not making plastic there. They're not making red circuits there. They've basically, Nauvis has been retired, but therefore they have no lube. This is your answer. This is your answer. You can make some sulfuric acid from petroleum, which is really not that hard to do. And it means you're going to use a tiny bit of petroleum. Not a lot, but a little bit. Also, at the same time, you can then get a whole lot of heavy oil from this single recipe and turn that heavy oil into lube. And that's going to be our grand plan. So I want to replace that pipe there with an underground pipe, which then means I can put a pipe in here and bring in my sulfur. I can also put in a belt here, and we can split the calcite, bring the calcite up to here, dump down an inserter like so. Have another inserter right here with another splitter off the main belt line, and that'll bring in my coal, and then that's all you need to run. And then the only thing I need to do is I need to take my heavy oil and run it up to there, and I'm off by a tile, but that's pretty damn close. And put that there. Cool. I want to move you down. I want to delete that. And we're going to put in a single pump. And we're going to wire that pump into that tank. And you are only allowed to run if there is heavy oil. Less than 1k in that tank. Okay. So this is the tank that we use to make sure that the coal liquefaction, the advanced coal liquefaction, keeps running. If the advanced coal liquefaction can't run, because we're not using the petrol and the light oil that it also outputs, it means this tank will eventually end up empty. If this tank ends up empty, the secondary system will kick in and it will bring over a little bit of heavy oil to make sure lube runs. Technically, I should probably pipe this in directly into the lube manufacturing area rather than potentially turning this one on that could potentially, through the cracking and everything else, make a little bit of petroleum and light oil, but it's just never going to happen. So this is a workable situation. All right, Nauvis, that's on the outside walls. I don't care. All right, so that's the upgrades here. Did they arrive? They did. So if I look at you now, you need to have speed 2s at a rate of 0.13. You make speed 2s at a rate of 1. So we're going to add to you a single speed module, and then we're going to have a count. And then you need a rate of you make it a rate of 0.15 now, but you need a rate of 0.4. You make it a rate of 0.27. If I upgrade both of those from speed 1s to speed 3s, I'm willing to bet we're going to hit the magic number. We've definitely hit the magic number of 0.4 exactly spot on. So can I copy that? Can I put that there? Can I put that there? And can I put that there? Cool. Let's upgrade all those. They're going to make speed 3s with quality a little bit faster, which is great. As it is, I have far too many speed 3s of a lower quality. And if we just look at... can I do that? So I have 4,000 uncommon. I do have 4,000 normal. I do have some uncommon. I do have some rare. I do have some epic. That's fine. They're going to keep getting crafted. a lot of those are going to get shipped off to other planets, and we're just going to leave that running. Just like my solar panels and accumulators, we're just building a whole lot of solar panels and accumulators. One, to offset the power. Two, because it means I get to roll a whole bunch of solar panels and accumulators, and the more I roll, the more I get to find out how many uncommons, rares, and epics I can get from both of these categories by just rolling solar panels. So yeah, so that's where Nauvis, that's where Vulcanus is up to. I need to go fix this list, and then we could. No, actually, there's one other thing I wanted to do right here, and that was I want to make you. You made an assembler. Well, that's boring as hell. All right, can I have a little assembler down here? Can I have you make artillery? Cool. We are definitely going to put the best quality modules I have in here, which is not very good, but it's what we have at the moment. And with that, we're also going to make those. And again, can I put quality modules in there? And then can I duplicate that? Because of course we need more shells than we have guns. All right, you are going to make artillery turrets. We're going to need gears, we're going to need blue circuits, we're going to need tungsten plate, we're going to need reinforced concrete. We could probably make that on other planets, but honestly, I'm just going to make it right here. And you have a cap of 10. Yeah, I'm going to leave that at 10 for right now. You are going to make artillery shells. Artillery shells need to have explosives. They're going to come from sulfur. We're inputting sulfur from our space platforms. That technically costs me nothing. Calcite, it's all over the planet. Tungsten plate, radars. We have radars here somewhere, right? Radars. I'm sure I saw them. Radars, right there. Technically, they're with quality modules, so there's a potential that you might fill up the chest with uncommons and everything else, which could be an issue, but we'll worry about that issue if and when it happens. But we're not going to cap you. We're going to leave you guys uncapped intentionally, so you could just produce as many as you possibly can. And then those, at the end of the day, are going to get loaded onto big bones, so we can have artillery on other planets to solve other problems. All right, no, back to Vulcanus. All right, so let me fix up this list. Also, I wish to keep expanding storage. We can just build around the substations. It really doesn't matter, because I'm going to want the extra room sooner or later. And you are now... Oh, crap, you're not looking for prod mods. Okay, can I do this? All right, so what hasn't been upgraded? That's been upgraded. Calcite mining has not been upgraded. Coal mining has been upgraded. All of that has been upgraded. Oh, you guys can get upgraded. Actually, you guys can get retired. Yep, and you can get retired because we're bringing in carbon from space, which is just easier. You can get upgraded. You guys can get upgraded as well. Wrong one. That one. That one. Yes. Okay. Also, can I get a new... You'll do. Can I upgrade from a normal pump jack to rare pump jack? Because that brings a lower resource drain. And can I do that set of pump jacks? Also, can I do this set of pump jacks? And they're the only ones we've accessed. Yeah, we haven't touched this lot yet. Cancel that, cancel that. And I missed a pump jack. I missed... No, I've already done those guys. They're later additions, so they might have got higher quality modules to start with. We've done everything here. So what do we have? We have LDS, definitely. We have plates, belts, and other creations for belt making. Sure, they can all get higher quality prod mods. We have copper smelting. Why the hell not? We have steel smelting. Why the hell not? It's going to change some ratios, but I can probably live with them. We're not really pushing Vulcanus to its limits right at the moment. And we can do that one as well. And we can do copper cable into red circuits, probably, because red circuits got productivity modules, so they actually use less copper now, so we can probably upgrade copper. So I think that is... There's 100 and something. Sure, do the whole lot. All right, that is Vulcanus marked for upgrade, and if we now hover over that, we can see that I'm looking for 400 prod mods. And as they arrive, as they get dropped off, then the old prod 2s that I'm replacing and get shipped to orbit, like I said, and then go to doing bigger and better things. All right, I also have an upgrade from, as I said, prod mods to uncommon prod mods. We're going to do rocket silos first, obviously. Then I want to do the tungsten mining, the other tungsten mining. I want to do tungsten processing. I want to do other tungsten processing, and I want to do the science processing. And better a beacon by any chance? And another beacon. And can I get epic speed modules? Sure. Is there anything else I have speed here? Okay, I have beacons here that I'd like to go faster. So again, I have an upgrade planet that does one upgrade of the beacons, one upgrade of the beacons, one upgrade of the beacons. Wrong set of beacons, that's fine. Those beacons can now go away because I don't actually do anything. This coal doesn't do anything, so you can go here. Here. And we can do a bit of tidy up whilst we're here. This is the point where we're going to go through. We're going to do a systems check, make sure everything that can get upgraded will get upgraded. Also at the same time, do a little bit of a tidy up of all the things that possibly need tidying up. And so this is my flow through belt. So I don't need any of that anymore. And I'm not going to need that anymore. And that can get tidied up. I don't think I need you guys to go faster, but you know what? This is the home of speed modules, so sure. In that case, yep, they're all uncommons. That's uncommon. How many uncommons did I say I had in stock? This is a whole lot less now. I have 0. Perfect. Okay. So, these guys had a general upgrade as well. Yeah, I now am short 690, but that's fine. They'll arrive over time. We're looking for some rare prob mods as well. I don't know what area I hit twice, but that's fine. We're looking for uncommon. We're looking for normal prob mods. This will all happen in time, and that's really the point. It's all meant to happen gradually as things progress, as we go leave and go to other planets and do other things. I can also upgrade a number of the foundries to make them go bigger and faster, but currently, because we haven't been doing a whole lot of stuff, actually, no, we have done, and you're already rare. We can try our luck at upgrading you and you to epic. Yeah, we can try our luck at upgrading those guys to epic, and I'm still out of bioflux. All right, and oh, you got upgraded. Oh, water issue? It's a water issue now, of all things. Okay. The home of the speed module. Yeah, which is not really limited by power anymore due to having 10,000 solar panels. All right, let me go fix the hub, and then we'll continue with the next plan. The hub is now cleaned up. We've still got our request in there. It's just made a little bit more neat. Also, I forgot to mention quality. Quality artillery. Quality artillery gives us a couple of things. It gives us a higher automatic range, also a higher manual range. It's one of those, might as well roll it. If you're going to make them, you might as well put quality modules in them. Same really goes for the artillery shells. The artillery shells have a flat damage. We can get upgrades with stronger explosives, which I've just started the next level of because, well, science finished. And again, I can get more damage for free by having the machine run a little bit slower, but have quality modules in them. So again, why the hell not? The requests are a little bit low, so can I just put a 10 in there? And that way you request 10 times that amount, and we'll call that a day. All right, so Vulcanus is pretty much done. We still need to look at gleba and obviously Fagola. I wanted to fit them in today's episode, but it's not going to happen. I also forgot I happen to have efficiency module 2s here. Now, a lot of the efficiency module 2s are put in like things like these guys, because 2 of them brings you down to that minus 80% limit. Whereas if I put in a single efficiency 3, I would be at minus 50% power. 2 of them would be minus 100% power. So I'm not going to actually get any benefit from it. But I can take those efficiency module 2s and then get them upgraded. Also, I have a bunch of other machines, bad example. Some of the foundries at the back that have efficiency modules in them to actually cut down their power usage. You just have 2, but you have 2 and you have a couple of speeds, so you have a plus 60% power usage, and with that upgraded we're now at plus 40, so we can cut down the power a little bit. I also have another upgrade planner, obviously for taking the efficiencies up in quality, because I'm guaranteed that I'll either have them here now or have them here sooner or later, so I can then come through and spot upgrade machines that are still over the power, well, not at the minus 80% limit. If I want to, you guys are at minus 80, but you are going to get faster speed modules, so that maybe that'll change. You're at plus 10, and the other guy's at plus 160. So we'll upgrade you, upgrade you. You're at the limit. They haven't been done yet. So yeah, we're just going to come through and do a whole bunch of upgrades when we can. We can see Nauvis still has an awful lot to do, but it's not looking for ProbMod 3's plane at all. They've all been done, which means they're all being exported to other planets, mainly to Vulcanus, because it's next in the drop-off list. Yes. Also, back at Nauvis, I have had to go back and make sure all the labs are now marked for rare, because we finished the whole back row. They're all a rare except for the epic one, epic 2, yep. So that's already been done, and you're not looking for the better ProbMods. Okay. Because that's done. All right, so I'm going to put ProbMods down the first row to start with, because this is guaranteed to be full, whereas generally the end of these are guaranteed to be full of mold, but this is guaranteed to be full of all the sciences, even if we've only got a drib of science coming in. And yes, but this is where I'm going to have to leave this video, because I'm out of time. I am out of time. We don't have enough time to go look at Fogola and gleba as well. So we're going to leave the base to upgrade a little bit. We still need to fix our Bioflux problem, obviously. I also still need to fix my biter problem. Yeah, I know I can turn off the inserters. I can have the inserters only pull them out from the biter egg farm. Yeah, I can only pull them out if I need them in the network, but they still spoil. Well, they still start to spoil in the output slot. So that is a risk. If I rotate you, yes, they come out here and they start spoiling here. Well, they only store 5, I think it is. 5 in the output slot. Actually, no, they don't spoil. What was the change? Okay, so I could just leave 5 in here and I can only bring them out when I need them. I could also go as far as can I get a wire? Read requests. So if I turn on read requests, I can see this is what's actually requested in the network, and there are no biter eggs being requested in the network currently because they have too many of them. But I could set this to read requests and therefore only turn that on if biter eggs actually have a request on the inserter, and therefore only take them out if I need them to come out. It is an option, but frankly, I like the pressure of having too many eggs and a problem to solve, because Factorio is all about problems to solve. Anyway, with all that said and done, I'm going to leave this video here. I will see you in the next one, where we definitely cover, well, upgrades that need to happen on both Fogola and gleba, and then we can start looking at our pack list for Aquilo. But with all that said and done, like I said, I'm going to close this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.